how to do the tutu around the tutu skirt around her baby bump, and the pearl necklace and the flower for her head. Um, Here I have this royal icing that I got the recipe from Wilton's. Yeah, it's homemade, works perfect. This is a thick consistency. When you're working with royal icing, there's three type of consistency you need to work with. The first one is a little bit runny. I will actually show you guys how to make a royal icing, but not in this video. But the first consistency is just drip, so that helps flood the cookies or flood whatever you're making, and it keeps it wet until it dries up. The second one is a medium consistency, which is not too runny. That's good for piping just outlines, and then using the thinner consistency to fill. The third one is, which is the one I have here, is a thick consistency. This works better if you want to make flowers, or as that I'm doing, making tutus, stuff like that. So I have the design that I'm doing with this baby is a baby bed. So I have a Rice Krispie formed, because it represents the bed, and then I have the baby. I have this purple fondant that I'm gonna make a pillow out of. Then I have this little purple, can't really see it too good, but this little purple flower head that's gonna go on top of her head. Then I have this is a fondant cutter, works perfect. And I have this Wilton's 101 piping tip, which works good for doing the tutu skirt. This tip I have right here is the number 2 tip. So this is good for if you want to write on a cake, or if you want to make dots, which I'm going to do for her neck as pearls. It's good for things like that. So get started. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tutu skirt. Gotta remove this, then add this one. Now, since I'm turning her around, I'm gonna turn the baby around. I'm gonna do it this way, so that way the skirt can actually poke out instead of poking in. And I'm gonna put the bigger tip, if you guys can see, I'm gonna put the bigger tip towards myself and have the thinner top of the tip going towards you guys, so that way the skirt can actually go out instead of coming in. So this is real simple, guys. Only thing you have to do is hold the tip to the tip of the pamper and just squeeze. When you're squeezing, okay, there it goes. When you're squeezing, you just want to make a back and forth movement, really slow, steady, so that way it can form a ruffle. See? And the good thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect, because tutus are the size around the edges sometimes are different sizes. But as you can see, there's a tutu. Let that sit a little bit. Then I'm going to switch back to my dot tip, my number 2 tip, so that way I can make the her necklace. And like I said before, guys, this is really fun, so enjoy it, create it the way you want to create it, be creative with it. There's no wrong way per se, just as long as it looks good. So for this one, I can actually hold the phone, so that way you guys can see better. It should be good. Okay. So for this one, I'm actually going to just poke dots, just going across her body to form as a pearl bead necklace. Put some going down towards her arms are at, so that way it look like it's hanging off her arm. And towards her hand. And voila. Got dots. Then I have this flower, the flower headpiece. You just add a little dot to it on the back side, so that way it can, the dot will help form it as glue, so that way it won't fall off her head. Then just put it on top of her head, and there you go, folks. You have your baby. Now, what I'm going to do is show you how I did the bed. So this piece of fondant I made into a square, a thick square. Now what you want to do is just hold it in your hand and just pin the edges down. So that way you can have a thick top but thin sides. Form it, play with it some if you need to, and then just stick it onto the bed. When you put it onto the bed, you can form it more better, and then you can pin the sides down again. Boom. Guys have the pillow. So once again, I'm gonna use this as glue. Put it onto the back of the baby. Be careful, guys, that you don't touch the tutu, because it still hasn't dried yet. I mean, obviously I will let it dry, but since I am in kind of a rush, I have to just touch it while it's wet. But let it dry first before you even touch it. And there it is. You have your bedding, you have your baby bedding. And that's it, guys. Stay tuned, because my next video, this event is actually tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start setting up for it today, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make balloon arrangements. Actually, so this video is gonna be this purpose of these videos are gonna be a widespread of different things of making, not just making desserts or showing you how to make desserts, but also showing you how to make centerpieces, balloon arrangements, party favors, whatever. So just stay tuned, guys. I'll see you guys on my next video.